What's up, y'all? It is Hot Wheels Tournaments. Welcome to another Matchbox moving parts case unboxing and set review. Today we have an absolute doozy for you. This is 2025 Mix 5 or 2025 E-Case. It is absolutely bonkers. There are 8 cars per case. From this case that I found at Walmart, you will see there are 7 different castings, 1 repeat, and there are 5 new models for the 2025 lineup. It seems like there's one moving parts mix like this every year, and this time around it is the 2025 E-Case. I am super stoked about this. I am really excited, was so happy to pull these in store. So without further ado, let's take a look at this mix and get them on the turntable, unboxed and ready to go. Going real quick through what you'll find in your case, you will see the repeat is the 2024 Porsche 718 RS. That is beautiful to see this particular version, a Spider. I think that's great. I think this is going to be the most popular model in the case. There's a lot of good models, but this is far and away going to be the most desired one. Good to see that as the repeat. Should make it slightly easier to find, hopefully, but you're going to find 2 of those. Speaking of supercars, we get a very popular moving parts model. This is the Lamborghini Centinario. We are getting it in a beautiful yellow here. Can't wait to get this one out of the box because it looks fantastic. That is a carryover. You'll notice no new model badging here, but you get that Lamborghini badge, which is great to see. One of the carryovers, or not carryovers, I should say, one of the non-new models. We've seen that before. Speaking of new models, the 1991 Mitsubishi Per Perejo is also making its debut. Love to see that in a beautiful blue color. This one looks really, really cool. Excited to get that out of the box. The Alpha Wolf electric truck makes its debut as a new 2025 model as well. Know nothing about this car. It looks super cool. Really excited to get this one out. Just such a cool kind of silhouette for a truck here. Looks way more old school than a lot of modern stuff does these days. The 2024 Dodge Daytona RT, sure to be controversial. I believe this is the electric version of this car. Some people are going to love it. Some are going to hate it, but it's good to have a die-cast version. We'll be very excited to get this thing out and on the turntable as well. Another new model there. The final new model for the mix, this one I think will also be very popular. The 1987 Volkswagen Golf MK1 Cabriolet. Looks awesome. Top down MK1. I mean, come on. That thing looks so, so sweet. Really excited to unbox this one. And then one that we have seen before in this exact same color. You could call this a straight up carryover. The 1962 Ford Angela from Harry Potter. I want to unbox this one and compare some things to the last one. I had some complaints about some lettering on it, but that's enough of that. We've gone through the mix. We'll start with this one because we've seen it before. Let's get these all unboxed and on the turntable. Love the special Harry Potter art on this one. I mean, really stands out. Good way to bring, I think, other people to the pegs. This is super notable, super special. You've got like the Marauders map background on this. Super, super cool. So love the card on this. We'll start with that. Love the card art on it. Opening it up, my complaint with it last year when it was released is you had this big, ugly Warner Bros. Lettering on the side that you couldn't see. So this side's nice and clean. It looks like the Harry Potter car. And then when you popped it out and turned it around, there was, yeah, this really ugly Warner Brothers lettering on the side. That just really, really bugs me. You have this super clean, super crisp looking car, and then you do that. Don't love it. Anyways, I believe this is probably the exact same release as this year. It seems like they're pretty strict with the licensing as we watch it go around on the turntable here. I'm going to guess it's the same release. It has opening doors, which is cool. But yeah, I don't think we need to spend too much time with this one. We've seen it before. Opening doors. It's got the same ugly lettering. Nothing really new going on here. So we'll move on from that. All right, we'll get to the one other returning casting, and then we will go through all 5 new models. So we'll take a look at the Lamborghini Centinario. Personally, this is one I'm really excited for. I am supercar tournaments. I love supercars. Lamborghinis are what I love. Let's take a look at this bad boy. I think this yellow looks fantastic. Love the subtle touch of the Lamborghini badge up here. They've started to do that with all the cars as they're putting their badge in the top left corner. I think it looks so great. I think it's great for the packaging. Anyways, I don't collect anything carded, so it doesn't really ultimately matter that much to me. Let's take a look at the Centinario. Just recently got to tour the Lamborghini Museum in Italy. That was awesome. Got to see one of these in person. Super, super cool bucket list experience. Oh my God. This thing is so, so sick. All right, first of all, moving part on this one. Always got to be careful with these scissor doors. Oh my God. That's so sweet. Look at that. Those scissor doors popping up. Dude, that looks sick. As we take a look at it on the turntable, the yellow gold, I don't know specifically what this color is. It's almost yellow. It's almost gold. It's almost green. It's awesome. It looks so cool. It is so appealing to the eye. I absolutely love it. Looking at the front end here, just get some nice headlights, some Lamborghini badging. All very well done. Don't need to do anything too complicated. Coming around to the side, looks like you've got some window trim going on there. That's lovely. Great detail there along with the doors. Going to the rear, got the Lamborghini badging, the Centinario license plate, some thin rear taillights. Super impressive they get those tampoed on there. I recently opened the McLaren W1 from Hot Wheels. They did not tampo the narrow rear lights. This one, they're able to get those taillights on it. Looks fantastic. Absolutely love that. Also, that rear grille, they get the color to match on it. I think that's a tampo. That's so sick. Look at this. I mean, oh my God. That rear grille, that tampo is the same color as the casting that goes on. That's awesome. That looks so good. Looking at the roof of this car, because it also looks incredible. You get a tampoed roof right here in all black. I believe that's because the majority of these are carbon fiber. You get the Italian flag badging, so you can see right at the top of that roof, you can see green, white, and red. The Centinario and a lot of Lamborghini cars sport that on the roof. And then you get a nice little rear view look into the engine bay. This thing is incredible. There's been some good releases of this car. This might be the best. It looks so good. It's the perfect length. It's the perfect size. It's got all the detail you could ever want. 10 out of 10 execution from Matchbox here. Absolutely love that. All right, into the new models. Let's start with the 1987 Volkswagen Golf MK1 Cabriolet. Like I said, I think it's going to be very popular, denoted by the new model badging up here. Looks like it's got opening doors, according to this. So we'll pop this out and confirm that is the case. Coming out of its nice little packaging slot here, we will pop this sucker out. Oh, this thing is fun. This thing is really, really fun. So, of course, we have to start by opening the doors, which sometimes I'm really scared I'm going to break these things and just snap them off. God. Woo! That does not want to cooperate, but it does. You can see the opening doors, gives you a nice wing look there. That is awesome. You can see the full seats on the interior. You can see this rear plastic piece. I don't know how they're doing like this rear, like the Cabriolet, they're like tarp pull up and then this like bracket to hold it. I think those are separate pieces. That's incredible. That is, I mean, this might be like a 5-piece car. That's the great thing about moving parts. The details you would never get on basics, you do here. This like separate bracket and piece for this like soft top pull up, super, super awesome. Anyways, let's put it on the turntable, watch it go around, and look at all the details. Nice VW badging and grille on the front. We can see that GTI logo. The white 6-spoke wheels with the white casting here are a great, great decision. Absolutely love that. Coming around to the rear, more VW badging, taillights, very stock look, very clean look. This thing is so fun. It's so cool. I really, really love it. The door seams, they're there, but they're not super noticeable. It doesn't look awkward. It doesn't sit awkward. Sometimes with the opening parts on Matchbox, they don't look quite right. Not the case here. This one is really fun. It's really cool. It's really high level. I have to imagine between the base, the body, the windshield, the interior, and then these separate pieces, it might be 5 or 6 pieces, plus the moving parts, which is crazy for a $3 model. I mean, absolutely. This is better than some like car culture premium stuff Hot Wheels does. This is out of the park good. Really, really happy with this. We are Matchbox is lighting it up with this case assortment. Let me say that. All right, to the 2024 Dodge Charger Daytona RT. Sure to be controversial. This is the all-electric Daytona. Haven't showed you the back of the packaging, just so y'all can see it. Nothing interesting going on there. This one also opening doors, so 4 models in, all opening doors so far. I believe it might be all opening doors. Looking at the other options coming up here, I think they all have opening doors. That's really interesting. All right, popping it out in a classic Dodge red here. Gotta wipe off the dust from the windscreen. All right, let's take a look at it. First of all, take a look at the doors. Looks like not quite perfectly sealed here. This part looks good. The seam where the door closes looks. The hinge maybe a little awkward. Maybe that's just one side. Not perfect, not quite as good as the Volkswagen. Looks a little awkward there, but not terrible. Doors open very easily, though. We get a full look into that interior. Very, very nice. All right, taking a look at the casting itself, we begin with the roof. We get a blacked out rooftop here, common theme with a lot of these cars. See it a lot on modern cars nowadays where they have that blacked out roof. But that is a Tampo. It looks very nice. It's textured. It looks really, really good. It's a quality Tampo right there. Anyways, taking a look at the car on the turntable itself, we get black 10-spoke wheels, puts all the emphasis on the casting itself, which I appreciate because this is an aggressive, very, interesting looking car. We get the headlights and the badging up front. Nice to see that. Coming around to the rear, you get some taillights, you get some more Dodge badging, you get a Daytona logo right on the rear bumper. Looks good. Well executed, some badging on the side as well, just not the most interesting car. Dodge Chargers and Dodge Challengers have been iconic for years. I think the previous generations look great. This EV one, it looks a little bit awkward in real life. Matchbox, I think, captures it pretty well here. It's a proper length, it's a proper size. They did all they could with it. Unfortunately, it's just an awkward looking car in real life, and that makes it an awkward looking die-cast car. As a die-cast car, it's a great representation. It's great execution. I'm just not particularly excited about the real-life car itself. The door gaps don't help it any. I think makes it look a little bit more awkward than it actually is. But it's a solid release from Matchbox. Nice to see it, but not going to be the one we write home about with this case and this assortment. All right, to the Alpha Wolf electric truck. Very, very excited for this thing. I know nothing about it. I just think it looks really cool. It kind of has that classic like 80s, 90s small pickup look. All pickups today are really giant and they look all the same. There's no uniqueness to them. Pickups in the 80s, they had some character. They had some cool stuff going on. And this looks like very much a revival or inspired by that. I would assume. Like I said, know nothing about this. Don't want to put words in the designer's mouth. Anyways, getting another beautiful red car here with opening doors. Let's pop this thing out. Oh yeah, this thing's sick. This thing's really cool. I can tell you that right off the bat. All right. Doors. Opening. Not fighting me too much. There you go. They open nice and easy. Looking in there. See the interior. Nothing in the truck bed. Sometimes Matchbox likes to hide little Easter eggs in there. But cool to see again. I'm going to assume this interior bed. This is really cool how they do the light up here. But you get that light that pops up from the interior bed. Assume that's part of the overall interior of this car. Anyways, let's put it on the turntable and talk about it. First thing I noticed and I love, these wheels look really, really good. The Matchbox 6-spoke off-roaders with some nice chrome trim. Really happy with that. Looks great. Coming around to the rear, looks like some basic badging, basic taillights. A lot of stock looks in this mix. That's normal for Matchbox. We expect that from them. No real decals or anything going on the side. Pretty plain all the way around there. Come to the front. That's where the highlight is. That's where all the cool stuff is going on. Taking a look at it, we get this nice big front grille, front bumper. I assume this is part of the stock car that comes up off of it. Looks, normally this would be like an addition to a truck. In this case, I assume it's actually part of the Alpha Wolf truck. But you get detailing on that. You get a Wolf license plate. You can see there. The headlights look great. And then you get the fog lights coming off the top looking over it. Again, I assume that's stock. Working with a small car like this, I don't think Matchbox would modify anything. They don't typically. So yeah, just a very cool like 80s, 90s inspired truck with some like modern truck mods built onto the actual thing. I really like this. I think it's really cool. I think it sits really nicely, and I am really excited to see where they go with this casting because it looks like they might have some chance to do some really fun things with this one. Have to do some research on the actual car myself as well. All right, let's keep rolling. One more new model until we get to the highlight. This is the 1991 Mitsubishi Per Perejo. Hot Wheels did this as a new model a few years ago. Now we get the Matchbox take. The Matchbox take looks much more authentic to the real thing. The Hot Wheels one was a little bit simplified, a little bit Hot Wheelized. You know, came in like this racing deco. It was cool, but we didn't get like a great stock version of it. And when you get a unique kind of 90s Japanese SUV that's got some cool stuff going on, you probably want the stock version because that's why it's unique and fun to begin with. I don't need it in race car deco. I need it in a beautiful, beautiful two-tone coloring, gray and blue. That looks great. Opening doors on this one as well. Popping it out. There we go. Take a look from above. Very, very cool. Looking into the interior. Oh, it is right-hand drive. So, something to watch out for. A lot of times with these JDM models, a lot of times with these Japanese cars, they will do a variation, right-hand and left-hand drive. This one is right-hand drive. If you find yours and it is left-hand drive, pay attention. There may be a variation for you variation collectors out there. Let's put it on the turntable, though. That's what the people have come here to see. Let's take a look at it up close. Beautiful six-spoke chrome wheels on this one. Really, really like those. Think they pair very nicely with that blue. The blue is a fantastic color. Love the way they do this two-tone here. Very unique. Looking at it, it looks like the interior extends out to make up part of it. And then some of the striping on the side is actually tampoed and painted on. So everything that is not the door is part of the interior. Everything that is on the door is designed on and then tampoed over. That's really, really cool. And it looks really, really good. Also, door gaps look great. Can barely notice them. Love that. Going around to the rear, great detailing here. Love to see that spare tire on the back. That's part of the interior. You get a nice license plate. It says 4056T. Would wonder if that's a reference to anything. Maybe a little Easter egg from the Matchbox team there. Don't know exactly. And then some taillights. Looks great. The front, you see you get a nice grille addition here, extending out from under the base, actually, it looks like. So not the interior like you typically would expect. That's the base. And then some nice headlights. All in all, really, really cool. One more time to the roof. Forgot to mention this earlier. Nice little sunroof looking in there. Really, really cool. This is awesome. This is a really solid casting. It's a really solid size. The Hot Wheels one was a whatever. This one's great. Really happy with this one. Really happy to add it to collection. Fantastic miss. A lot of really good stuff going on. Cars are the proper size. They're well represented. I am ecstatic about this mix. And this is the one that I am the most ecstatic about. This is the one I am the most excited for. I think like many, this is the 2024 Porsche 718 Spider RS. So while all the hype in the Porsche world is about the 911, it's about the 911 GT3, that's everybody's dream car, that's the hype car, they've silently been making a really, really good 718. And they've done some cool stuff. They have a GT4 version of that car that is awesome. And Matchbox said, let's go do the stock version. And we're going to do the Spider version and put it in moving parts. And I am ecstatic. They did the Porsche 911 Carrera 4S a few years ago in red. It was fantastic. It's one of the greatest Matchbox castings of the last like 5 years, in my opinion. It is so, so good. And it really, I think for me, symbolically represented like, hey, moving parts is here. It's a serious line. It's a great line. And it's what put me onto this line and being a big fan of it. That mix that it came in is the first Matchbox moving parts review that I have on my channel. So super, super cool. Anyways, taking a look at the 718 out of the box, opening doors on this one. First of all, very, very seamless with the doors there. Can barely tell. Part of that is the darker color. The darker color hides it better than some of these lighter colors do. But you can barely see the seams where that door closes. Opening it up, giving us that full, spreading its wings. That looks great. Nice little two-seater here. Really, really cool. Look into the console there where your mini drivers would sit. Awesome. Let's get it on the turntable. Wheels on this one, silver 10 spokes, really sporty, really sharp. Like those a lot. Love these wheels. I think they look so good on Matchbox sports cars. I think they're so sweet. Hot Wheels has some good like sports car wheels. These might be the ones that look best on sports cars. They're just so good. They're so consistent. Looking at badging, we just get Porsche badging on the hood. Some headlights, very nice. We get the intakes tampoed, so actually on that hood, those intakes where air would be flowing in, those are tampoed on. Great attention to detail there. Coming around to the side, get some side tampos as well. Again, the intake on the side there is tampoed. Now, some nice like white striping almost going on in the corner. Coming around to the rear, we can see the Spyder RS logo, some Porsche badging, some taillights. Looks great. Man, this thing is really, really sweet. So one thing I remember when Hot Wheels did their Cayman, which this is the successor to essentially, the 718, it was really skinny. This one is not that. It is a proper width. If we look at it again from above, you can see just how wide this car is. It's a proper size. And that's one thing I'm noticing throughout these new models. They've got them to be a proper size. They are properly scaled down. They look really, really good. I'm really happy with this model. Love the little ducktail kind of fin coming up on the rear here. That's super great. I mean, just all in all, what a model. Great color on the blue. And with Porsches, you can do so many fun colors and it will always look great. I assume red is coming. I would love to see like a sleek silver version. Oh man, I'm really excited about this car. I think it is really well executed. Another absolute banger. So, with that being said, what an absolute set of cars we have here. As I lay them all out here, just look. These are just the new models. You get a beautiful, just the new models. I put the Lamborghini out there. You get a beautiful Porsche, you get a beautiful Porsche 718 Spyder. Sticking with the German theme, you get a beautiful Volkswagen Golf. Then we hop across to Japan, where we get a beautiful Japanese Mitsubishi SUV. We get the new Dodge Charger Daytona, which is honestly my least favorite and still a really, really solid casting. And then we get the very unique Alpha Wolf. I mean, just 5 for 5. Just really good new models, all worth picking up. I would say 4 of these are slam dunks. The only one that I like is not a 10 out of 10 for me, I would say, is the Dodge Daytona. That's like the only one I'm not obsessed with. These other 4, absolutely love. Instant, easy additions to my collection. And then you have 2 carryovers. Of course, the very popular brand name with Harry Potter coming with the Ford Angela. And then just a stellar execution in a stellar color for the Lamborghini Centinario. All in all, what more could you want? You have supercars, you have sports cars, you have electric trucks, you have Japanese SUVs, you have classic movie cars, you have old school Volkswagen, like just, oh my God, awesome. Anyways, I'm rambling at this point. That's all for now. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all later. Peace.